Hi everyone. When you're faced with disrespect, it's natural to feel the urge to defend yourself, to react, and to make sure the other person knows they're wrong. But here's the thing. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply stay quiet. It's easy to think that staying silent means you're weak or letting the other person win, but that's not the case. In fact, silence in the face of disrespect speaks volumes about your character and inner strength. Think about it. When you respond in anger or frustration, you're engaging in a back and forth that only drags you down. It's like throwing yourself into a muddy pit and expecting to stay clean. But when you stay quiet, you're refusing to play by their rules. You're not letting their disrespect control your emotions or your actions. You choose not to get sucked into the negativity, and that, my friend, is where true power lies. Imagine a situation where someone insults you in front of a group. The natural instinct might be to fire back with a clever comeback or to stand your ground. But let's say you stay quiet at first. The disrespectful person might think they've won. They may think they've gotten under your skin, and they might even feel smug for a moment. But here's the twist. By staying silent, you've already won. You've shown them that their words don't affect you. You've refused to give them the power to control your response. And guess what? The people around you are watching. When they see you remain calm and composed, they respect you more. They see that you have the strength to rise above petty conflicts, and that you're not interested in stooping to someone else's level. It's like when a calm leader is faced with chaos. They don't get swept up in the storm. They remain steady, and others follow that example. In those moments, silence isn't a sign of defeat. It's a strategic choice. It takes more courage to stay quiet than to react impulsively. It takes discipline to resist the urge to let your emotions take over. And ultimately, staying quiet allows you to maintain your integrity, to hold your head high, and to walk away knowing that you didn't let anyone else's actions dictate your peace of mind. Your response to disrespect is a reflection of who you truly are. It's not about what others do or say. It's about how you choose to react. Often people will say things that are hurtful, and it's easy to think that you need to defend yourself, to argue, or to prove that you're right. But the truth is, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your self-worth isn't determined by other people's opinions or actions. How you handle disrespect shows the world your level of self-confidence and inner strength. When you react to every insult or disrespect, you're giving away control of your emotions. You're allowing others to dictate your feelings and actions. Think about a time when someone insulted you and you responded right away, maybe with anger or frustration. What happened? Did you feel better afterward? Probably not. In fact, you might have felt worse even though you had the last word. That's because defending yourself in that way doesn't actually solve anything. It just perpetuates negativity. Now imagine if instead of reacting, you chose to step back. You don't need to respond to every comment or action that disrespects you. The moment you decide to keep your composure and stay calm, you're taking control of the situation. You're showing that their words or actions don't hold power over you. You're demonstrating that your worth is not defined by what others say. When you stay calm and choose not to engage in unnecessary arguments, you're giving yourself the space to reflect and choose your next step wisely. This is what self-respect looks like. You don't need to react in anger. You can simply observe and move on with your life. By choosing not to engage, you remind yourself that your time, energy, and emotions are too valuable to be spent on negativity. People who respect themselves know their own value. They don't feel the need to get into petty arguments or to fight every battle. They understand that their dignity isn't worth sacrificing over someone else's foolish words. By staying composed, you show the world that you believe in yourself and that confidence will attract respect. And even if the person who disrespects you never apologizes or acknowledges their wrongs, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that you handled the situation with grace and strength. Silence can be one of the most powerful tools at your disposal, especially when faced with disrespect. It's not weakness. In fact, it's often a sign of immense strength. Think about the times in life when people around you might have been caught up in chaos or negativity. What's the first thing they do? They react, they respond, they engage. But how often do you see someone who chooses to remain silent in those moments? That silence can be louder than any argument or heated exchange. When someone disrespects you, they expect a reaction. They want to see you lose control, to become flustered, or to engage in a back and forth that leads nowhere. But when you choose silence, you take away their power. You refuse to give them the satisfaction of your emotional energy. It's like a calm river in the middle of a storm. The storm rages, the winds howl, but the river remains steady and unaffected. And that's exactly what your silence does. It creates an unwavering calm amidst the chaos. Silence is also a mirror. When you stay quiet, you reflect a deep sense of self-respect. You show that you are not easily shaken by the negativity around you. This kind of strength is magnetic. People notice when someone isn't easily drawn into drama or conflict. It's almost like they sense that your peace cannot be disturbed by the trivial things others say or do. And in turn, that makes them respect you even more. Consider this. In situations where words are weapons, silence is your shield. It protects your energy and keeps you focused on what really matters, your goals, your growth, and your peace of mind. Responding to every insult or jab only lowers you to a level you don't belong in. But silence? Silence shows that you are above it. You don't need to engage in every battle because your time is better spent doing things that align with your values and aspirations. Remember, silence isn't passive. It's not about backing down or avoiding confrontation. It's a conscious decision to keep your peace intact. By staying silent, you allow the situation to unfold on its own without adding fuel to the fire. You are letting time be the true judge. And eventually, people will see who is truly in control of their emotions and who is not. We all have bigger dreams, bigger goals, and more important things to focus on than petty arguments. Every day we make decisions about where to direct our energy, and the truth is, engaging in meaningless conflicts or getting caught up in someone else's drama is a huge waste of time. When people disrespect you, they're essentially trying to pull you into their small world of negativity. They want you to get distracted and lose focus on what really matters. But if you understand that you have bigger things ahead of you, you'll stop falling for that trap. Think about all the hours and energy you've spent arguing with people who didn't matter. How did that affect your progress? Did it get you closer to your goals? Probably not. In fact, it probably pushed you further away from them. When you engage with people who want to bring you down, you're lowering your standards, lowering your energy, and letting them waste your time. And time, as we all know, is one of the most precious things we have. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. So why waste it on things that don't matter? Instead of reacting to every disrespect, choose to stay focused on your dreams. Think about where you want to be in a year, 5 years, or even 10 years. What's it going to take for you to get there? I can guarantee you that it's not going to happen by getting caught up in petty fights or wasting time on people who don't respect you. Real growth, real success, and real progress come from investing your time and energy into the things that align with your goals. Let me give you an example. Think about someone who is trying to build a successful business. Every time someone insults them or doubts their abilities, they have a choice. engage in that argument and get distracted, or stay focused on the work that will get them closer to their goals. The successful person will choose the latter because they know that their time is better spent making progress, improving their product, or building relationships that matter. They're not wasting time on negativity. When you choose to ignore the small stuff and keep your eyes on the bigger picture, you're doing yourself a huge favor. You're protecting your energy, you're investing your time wisely, and you're making sure that the things that matter most to you aren't getting lost in a sea of distractions. Your peace is one of the most valuable things you can protect in life. In a world that constantly tries to pull you in different directions, stress, drama, negativity, it's easy to forget how precious it is to just be at peace with yourself. When you let others disrespect you or provoke you, you're allowing them to steal your peace, piece by piece. You are giving them control over your emotions, your mindset, and your energy. And the more you let that happen, the further you move away from the calm and clarity that you deserve. Think about it. There are so many situations in life that can try to take your peace. A toxic conversation, a misunderstanding, someone's rude behavior. These things can feel overwhelming, especially if you allow them to consume your thoughts. But here's the real question. Why would you want to give someone that power over you? Why would you let someone else's actions disrupt your inner calm? The answer is simple. You don't have to. You have the ability to protect your peace by choosing not to react. When you stay calm and choose silence in the face of disrespect, you're protecting your peace. You're saying, I won't allow you to disturb my energy. It's not about avoiding conflict or being passive. It's about setting a boundary. You are in control of your peace, and no one else can take it unless you let them. And trust me, when you start practicing this, you'll notice a shift. You'll start feeling more centered, more grounded, and less affected by the little things that used to throw you off course. Let's take a real-life example. Think about the last time you had a disagreement or an argument with someone. How did it feel afterward? Chances are you were left feeling drained, angry, or frustrated. That's your peace being taken away. You would have been able to protect your peace and move on with your day without letting that moment ruin it. Remember, you don't owe anyone your peace. Your time and energy are too valuable to be wasted on negativity. When you protect your peace, you are investing in your well-being, your clarity, and your ability to focus on the things that truly matter. It might take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, you'll realize how much power you have over your own peace. And trust me, nothing is more empowering than being able to stay calm no matter what happens around you. When you choose to stay quiet after being disrespected, you're not just avoiding conflict, you're also mastering one of the most important lessons in life, self-control. In today's world where everyone feels entitled to their opinion and emotions are constantly running high, self-control can be one of the hardest things to maintain. But here's the thing, self-control is a reflection of inner strength, and it's one of the key ingredients to success, peace, and personal growth. Every day we are bombarded by situations that test our patience, from rude comments to unfair treatment. It's natural to feel the urge to react, to defend ourselves, to give a piece of our mind, but in doing so, we often make the situation worse. We engage in battles that don't need to be fought, draining our energy and focus. The more you react, the more power you give to those who disrespected you. You are, in essence, allowing them to control your emotions, your time, and your mindset. But when you stay silent, you're taking back that power. You're saying, I won't let you control my reactions. I won't let you dictate how I feel. Let's think about self-control for a second. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending nothing bothers you. Self-control is about choosing how to respond to situations. You might feel anger, frustration, or even hurt when someone disrespects you. But instead of reacting immediately, you give yourself a moment to process those emotions. You take a breath, step back, and decide that your response will be one that reflects who you truly are. Not the angry or hurt version of you, but the composed, strong version who is in control of their emotions. Think about how powerful it is to remain calm in the face of adversity. Imagine you're in a heated conversation where someone is blatantly disrespecting you. Everyone around you may expect you to react, to lash out, but instead you choose to stay silent. You don't say anything, but your silence speaks volumes. It shows the person that you're not rattled by their words. It shows that you value yourself enough to not waste your energy on them. Your calmness becomes your strength. It's not just an external silence, it's an internal strength that allows you to stay grounded no matter what's happening around you. This kind of self-betrayal doesn't just come naturally to everyone. It takes practice. In fact, it's a skill that you can develop over time. Every time you resist the urge to react, every time you pause before you speak, you're training yourself to be more mindful of your responses. With practice, you'll find that you begin to gain more control over your emotions and reactions, not just in moments of disrespect, but in all areas of your life. For instance, think of a time when someone tried to provoke you with a disrespectful comment. How many times did you feel like firing back with a sharp response, but then maybe you took a breath and held back? That simple act of holding back your words is a form of self-control that can change the trajectory of your day. You might have even felt a sense of pride in yourself afterward, knowing that you didn't let someone else's negativity dictate your mood. Moreover, self-control helps you stay focused on what truly matters. When you're caught up in reacting to every slight, every disrespect, you're giving away your time and energy to things that don't deserve it. You're not moving forward. You're not growing. You're staying stuck in that moment of anger or frustration. But when you choose to stay calm and focus on what's important to you, you free up your mental space to pursue your goals, your dreams, and the things that align with your values. One of the most powerful examples of self-control comes from people who have achieved great success in their lives. Take successful entrepreneurs, leaders, or anyone who's built something significant. They didn't get there by reacting to every disrespectful comment or challenging moment. They got there by keeping their emotions in check, staying focused, and not letting others divert them from their path. Self-control is what allows them to keep pushing forward despite the noise and distractions. So the next time you're faced with disrespect, remember that silence is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's a reflection of your ability to control your emotions, to stay focused on your path, and to refuse to let anyone else dictate how you feel. By staying silent in those moments, you take control, protect your peace, and maintain your self-respect. And with that, you move closer to becoming the person you're meant to be.